Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. I got to get back into Michelle Obama's, you know what, because she's evil. I normally don't say people are evil because not everybody that disagree with me, I consider to be evil. But when you know better and you know you're a fraud and you make a video like Michelle Obama made that I'm going to play right here and we're going to go through it together. When you make a video like that, you are a fraud, you're a hypocrite, and you're evil. See, there's a difference between believing something contextually or philosophically differently than what I believe. You have your own insight, information, studies, whatever. But when you don't believe what you're saying, you're just doing it for political expediency because you hate the president with an attempt to conjure up hatred and violence in our country. You should be, it's wrong. And Michelle Obama is projecting. I want you guys to understand this because everybody that thought that they liked her or considered her to be a hero, nice, that she should be respected in perpetuity, it's not the case. If you still respect Michelle Obama after we watch this video together, shame on you. Shame on you. But I want to key you guys in on the concept of projection. Everything that the Democrats have done, all the ill wills of Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, they are literally projecting that identity on President Trump and the Republicans. And they're completely false. Completely false. We're going to watch it together because I want everybody to see how evil these people are and what a lie and a tricker that these people really are. Let's pull up the film. Michelle Obama. And I'm gonna get to Jay Bree in a minute because I gotta address you as well. But let me get to Michelle Obama. Roll the film.
That months into this crisis, this is still where we are, with no clear plan, no peace of mind. And the worst part is it didn't have to be like this.
No plan in mind. Look at where we are. Do you guys remember when the CDC and everybody else, Fauci and all these other crooks, were saying there'll be 1 million people? There'll be 1 million people. Well, technically, what President Trump implemented and put into place avoided that number. And they're acting like we have no path to success. Many states are on the decline. And we found out through the CDC that they lied anyway. But many states are on the decline. Florida opened up. Everybody's opening up. The gyms are opening majority all across the country except these liberal hellholes. But other than that, what do you mean we don't have a plan? We need to open our country back up. I'm going to let her finish. I'm going to let her get her little points out.
Look around the world. So many other countries aren't experiencing this level of extended suffering and uncertainty.
Oh, really? Since you live in other countries and you can verify what their government is presenting to the CDC and facts that they're showing, you can verify other countries that you do not live in. These people are so fake, man. So China is telling the truth. So China is telling us the truth. Their numbers are accurate. Okay.
These countries were hit by the same virus as we were. They had the same kind of resources to contain it as we did. But what they didn't have to contend with was this president.
So riddle me this, Batman. What have anybody proposed that was different than what President Trump did? Explain to me. Explain to me. He shut down travel to Wuhan when we had 0 cases. We didn't have any cases. We had no cases. He shut down travel. They called him a racist. They called him a racist. She know that they called him a racist. And all of a sudden, listen, the states have the ability to do whatever they want to do. The states do not have to abide by what the president is suggesting. He can't make anybody do anything. If any of these Democratic states claim that they know what's best, why did they shut down? Just wait. Why did they shut down? Why did they do any restrictions? Everybody was relying on the CDC. The CDC said we didn't have to wear masks. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. The CDC said we didn't have to wear masks at first. And then they changed it up. And you want to act like Trump is the blame. All right. First of all, the mask don't work. I just want to tell y'all that. You can smell my fart through that mask. It don't work. It don't work.
A man who had every resource at his disposal, the finest medical experts, our best intelligence, and yet ignored all the advice and failed to produce a plan to provide enough tests for worried families or protective equipment for our healthcare workers.
Another lie. We have tested 7 million people in this country. 7 million people. When you look at how many people we've tested, how many people that have had the virus, how many people that have succumbed to the virus, it's not even more effective than a flu. Liars. You guys are liars.
A man who knew how deadly this virus is, but who lied to us and told us it would just disappear.
Since the senators and nobody else in the whole United States of America, the United States government, had the same briefing and the same intel as President Trump did. Now they act like, Lord help me. They act like President Trump went to Wuhan and checked everything out and came back to America, and he's the only one that knows what's going on, and said, you know what, this is not a big deal. That's not that. The president had to get briefed by somebody. So how is it that the president supposedly know everything? He had to get briefed by people. And Congress, they're privy to the same information. And nobody did anything. And now Trump has to take the bag for it. I'll let her finish.
Who in the greatest crisis of our lifetimes doubled down on division and resentment, railed against measures that could have mitigated the damage, and continues to hold massive events without requiring masks or social distancing.
Oh, no. Oh, I almost called it a B word. It almost came out. Hold on. He's continuing to hold events and not requiring people to wear a mask. First of all, we don't live in communist China. People can make decisions on their own. Second of all, I haven't heard you or your bootlicking husband say anything about the protesters who are out here beating people up, burning buildings down, even if it's peaceful. They're out here in the hundreds of thousands over the course of the last several months, and y'all ain't said sugar, honey, iced tea. You ain't said nothing. You haven't said nothing.
Knowingly exposing his own supporters to a dangerous virus.
Knowingly exposing you act like Trump has this ball of, and he just does this to the crowd. A Dugit and all the viruses go on these people. Everybody, we're grown-ups, fool. Everybody knows what the COVID is. People can make a decision on their own. If they didn't want to show up at his rally, they don't have to go. If they want to show up and wear a mask, they can do that. If they want to watch from the outside, they don't have to join in the rallies. They can do that. People are old enough, mature enough, and grown enough to make their own decisions. We don't live in a communist society. They know he's not exposing them. They're exposing themselves because they support the president, and they know it's a farce. Okay.
Today, more Americans have died from this virus than died in the wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, and Korea combined.
Riddle me this, Batman. Riddle me this. In 2018, the flu killed 80,000 Americans, hospitalized almost 1 million Americans in 2018. The flu. With the vaccine. With a vaccine, still that many people in the United States of America died from the flu. I didn't hear nothing from him. Her, whatever. I didn't hear nothing from Michael. Michelle. I ain't heard nothing. They ain't say nothing about it. The swine flu that they were involved in had a death toll rate far greater than this virus. Didn't hear nothing from her, him. I guess it don't count because her husband was the president. These people are just, I'm trying not to be crazy. These people are evil. They're evil. But you don't want to talk about the fact that in Chicago, Illinois, where your husband was a senator, and when he was the president of the United States, he never addressed. In Chicago, Illinois, African-American people that have been killed in black on black violence under Obama's administration tallied up more than the soldiers that have died in Afghanistan and Iraq combined in the entire war in the Middle East. All our American soldiers, more black people in the inner city in Chicago died from black on black violence than people that died in Afghanistan and Iraq in the same amount of time your husband was the president. Y'all don't want to talk about that. I guess black lives don't matter. They don't matter to you.
Take all those lives bravely sacrificed and double it. That is roughly the scale.
Let's talk about Benghazi. Do you want to go to Benghazi, though? Let's talk about them lives. Your husband and that crook Hillary was responsible for partaking in that. But okay.
Of this tragedy. And our commander-in-chief, sadly, has been missing in action.
Missing in action. He's on TV every day. I wish that he wouldn't have been. He was on TV every day giving a briefing about the COVID-19 with medical professionals and giving them all a chance to speak. But he was missing in action. He was missing in action. What were your husband doing? He was on a golf course. What guidance was he giving? None. What was Joe Biden doing? Nothing.
We have got to put ourselves in one another's shoes. Look, think about it. You've worked hard all your life.
First of all, they skipped some stuff in here in The Guardian. They skipped some stuff. Y'all can watch the rest of it on your own time. I watched the whole thing, and they skipped some stuff up in here, but I'll let her finish.
And for too long, you've watched the rich get richer. You've lost your farms and your livelihoods to corporate greed. You've seen your beloved towns shattered by joblessness. You've watched families destroyed by drug addiction and mental health challenges. All of this long before this virus hit.
These people are crazy. These people are crazy. I want y'all to remember this, though.
And it is frustrating to hear some folks say that you've been the beneficiary of privilege.
Who are you talking about? Last time I checked, and my wife is verifying it right here in the comment section. Y'all rich. What are you talking about? Y'all rich. And explain to me what you have created. A job that you created, an industry that you have created. Nothing. Y'all been in politics. How are you rich? Y'all rich. Don't be talking like you can reason with us peasants. Y'all rich. Y'all got a house in Martha's Vineyard. Ooh, these people are evil. I can't. Look, man, I don't even want to be, man. I can't stand. When I look at him or her, I'm not sure. I haven't been able to verify if it's a he or her. Every time I look at Michael or Michelle, depending on who you are, it makes my blood boil. I have no respect for her anymore. You say, look, you should respect the first lady. I have no respect for this person. This person is evil. For you to sit up here and say stuff that you know is a lie and you choreograph it. You sit up there and you're reading off a teleprompter. This is not from the heart. This is not from the soul. Y'all wrote this down somewhere to put a propaganda video out to lie to the American people. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to let her finish.
Color of your skin gives you a head start. That is the reality for far too many hardworking, decent Americans. But right now, the president and his allies are trying to tap into that frustration and distract from his breathtaking failures by giving folks someone to blame other than them.
What failures? Last time I checked, we had the greatest economy ever in American history. And we were going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, had a great economy. Last time I checked, them tax cuts was benefiting. Everybody was like, 401ks off the roof. Stock market, breaking records every day. Last time I checked. Yeah, these people are so evil and lying. They can't talk about nothing Trump did wrong until COVID. He can't control a virus. Yeah, like he's God. He can just go, he can put a shield over America. Anyway.
They're stoking fears about Black and brown Americans, lying about how minorities will destroy the suburbs.
They? Who are they, Michelle? Who are they? I'll let you finish.
Whipping up violence and intimidation. And they're pinning it all on what's been an overwhelmingly peaceful movement for racial solidarity.
Should I quit the live stream right now? Overwhelmingly peaceful demonstration? Yeah, listen, everybody watching this, let me take the big screen. This dude been on there too long. Overwhelmingly peaceful? So she's saying that you are too dumb to turn on the TV and see what's going on in Portland. They've been protesting for months. That's peaceful? Right here in Scottsdale, they knocked out windows and looted the Neiman Marcus in the Scottsdale quarters. They looted the malls here. People been getting killed all over the country in these riots. Killed. What about the Chaz Zone? What about Black Lives Matter confronting white people at dinner? This is happening everywhere. Overwhelmingly peaceful. Where? Where are people peaceful? Atlanta almost burnt to the ground. Kenosha burnt to the ground. Louisville burnt to the ground. They burning all over the country. Peaceful? I want y'all to remember what she said. Remember what she said. I'll put him back on there.
It's true. Research backs it up. Only a tiny fraction of demonstrations have had any violence at all.
What research? Who? Who, for the Clinton Foundation? What research are you talking about? We can see, fool. Who are you talking to? You must be talking to people that don't got TVs. We can see. We see people getting knocked out in the middle of the street. We see what happened with Kyle. They attacked the kid. He had to defend himself. We see them beating up police officers. We see the police officers getting shot to death in the name of Black Lives Matter. We see it. You fools cannot fool us anymore. We done with the Barack Obama administration. Y'all can't put a wool over our eyes. Ooh, Jesus.
So what the president is doing is once again patently false. It's morally wrong. And yes, it is racist.
What is the president doing that's racist? Somebody answer me that. What is the president doing that's racist? What's racist? What's racist? The man can have every HBCU president in the country come to the White House and speak with him. He can have hundreds of black pastors come and pray for him at the White House. He can have black people on his staff. He can have black people in his cabinet. He can elevate black people to higher positions, get them out of prison, have 400 black leaders from all over the country come to the White House, be treated like royalty 2 years in a row. He can have black celebrities, black people that are recognized in the community. He can have all those people support him, and they still talking about he's a racist. What's racist about what he's doing? She think you're stupid. She think you're stupid.
But that doesn't mean it won't work.
See, they're trying to backpedal. That means it doesn't work. If you said all of that stuff, then it'll work. But you know y'all MFers are lying.
Because this is a difficult time, a confusing time. And when people hear these lies and crazy conspiracies repeated over and over and over again, they don't know what to think. With everything going on in their lives, they don't have time to fact check falsehoods being spread throughout the internet.
So you're too dumb to verify things on your own. You can watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Real Housewives of the Trailer Park, but you can't go fact check anything on your own. Listen, let me tell you what they're doing here. They want people to believe, or they're trying to make you believe that you're too dumb. She thinks you're dumb. She thinks that you're dumb and that you don't have enough wherewithal to care about your community and care about your country enough that you would do a 30-second research on the internet. The same amount of time you use to go shopping online, to go to Amazon, to rent a movie, to do Uber Eats, the same amount of time it takes you to do that. She think you're too stupid, too dumb, unconcerned about your country enough to go do some research for 30 seconds to a minute on your own. See, they want you to believe that that's a reality so they can pull the wool over your eyes and trick you out of your position and then retell you a story that you're too dumb to look these things up yourself. Don't listen to Brandon Tatum. Go verify what Brandon Tatum says. Don't just listen to me. Go verify what I say. Don't just listen to him or her. Verify what this fool is saying. Don't just listen to people. Verify it. I never tell you, y'all don't have time to fact check, so I'm going to fact check it yourself. I'm like, no, I'm giving you information. It's up to you. The ball is in your court. We live in America. It's a free country. The ball is in your court. You have autonomy, ladies and gentlemen. You have the internet like I do. And some of y'all don't have an internet. Her husband put out the Obama phone for free to people. You had the internet, go get your Wi-Fi at Starbucks. You go look this stuff up yourself and see how much a liar she is. Anyway.
And even reasonable people might get scared. And the one thing this president is really, really good at is using fear and confusion and spreading lies to win.
Projection, using fear. Who's fear mongering? Donald Trump is optimistic about COVID. Donald Trump is optimistic about our country. He's optimistic about the Constitution. He's optimistic about the police officers in this country. He's optimistic about people getting revelation and coming to enlightening themselves and be free thinkers. These fools are telling you, oh, you got to wear a mask. Everywhere you go, put a mask on or you're going to die. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying. The CDC already said only 6% of those cases are actually COVID specific. And that's only less than 10,000 people out of 320 something million people in this country. 7 million people that have been tested. There's more people that died this year in black on black violence than from COVID-19. Okay.
Look, I get it. But I also feel it.
Oh, is that right?
As a Black woman who has, like the overwhelming majority of people of color in this nation, done everything in my power.
Hold on. Like, who you talking to, Michelle? Michael? Who you talking to? They always got to pull the black card. Like every Black woman. And there they go. They pandering. They pull in the black card. They pull in the race card. We worked hard all our life. Just wait till it get worse. It get worse.
To live a life of dignity and service and honesty. The knowledge that
you ain't talking about Cardi B, are you? Because you know she ain't living none of that what you saying.
Any of my fellow Americans is more afraid of me than the chaos we are living through right now.
So you see how racist these people are? She said the notion that many of my fellow Americans are more afraid of me than the situation that we in. So she's alluding to the fact that you racist white folks are more afraid of a Black woman who lives in Martha's Vineyard than you're afraid of COVID-19. She is saying that you are racist, consumed with hate of Black women more than you are afraid of anything else in the country. Losing your business, losing your health, suicide. You're more afraid of a Black woman. That's how she think about you. This is what she think about you. She talking about racism.
Well, that hurts. I want everyone who
they skipped that part. Y'all need to go watch it. We're gonna put this up on Tatum Report. Y'all need to watch the whole thing. Because she got stupider in there, but then they skipped it.
Who is still undecided to think about all those folks like me and my ancestors. The moms and dads who worked their fingers to the bone to raise their kids right.
What about Obama's ancestors? We just gonna forget about them? Huh? Because last time I checked, he ain't all Black. He got a white mama. And to be honest, he don't have no real victimhood to be related to in America because none of his parents is even from here. Okay.
The teenage.
I want to call her B so bad, but I'm trying to be saved. I just want to live right for Christ. I want to call her out of her name, but I will not do that. God forgive my heart, because I want to call her the B word, but I'm not.
Teenagers who wear hoodies while working hard to get their diplomas.
Wearing hoodies while working hard to get their diplomas. What does that mean? What are you saying? What are you even talking about? Who wearing hoodies trying to get a diploma? And is black people the only one wearing hoodies? Last time I checked the inventory of my online store, there's a whole bunch of people buying hoodies, and most of them are white people. So black people ain't the only ones wearing hoodies, fool. If you live in Chicago somewhere and it's winter season and you in college, I'm pretty sure everybody wearing a hoodie or some type of clothing to protect themselves. These people act like black people run around in the summertime with hoodies on just because it's a black thing. We just wear hoodies.
The millions of folks who look like me and fought and died and toiled as slaves and soldiers and laborers to help build this country.
What about the ones who own slaves? What about all the black people now? They always want to go back to 1,000 years ago. What about the last 20 years? What about the last 5 years? Who has been killing more black people? White people or other black people? Don't go back that far, Michelle. You don't need to go back that far. All you got to do is go to South Central. All you got to do is go to Baltimore, Maryland. All you got to do is go right down in Atlanta, Georgia. All you got to do is go right there to Chicago, Illinois, South Side Chicago. You can find all the perpetuators of violence against your people. You can find all the victimizers of your people. Murder, rape, robbery, thuggery in our own communities. You got to go back 1,000 years. What about right now? What are the victims of violence right now getting? They get no justice because y'all fools won't even talk about it. You won't even let it come out of your mouth. The biggest threat to black men in America are other black men. Okay, all right. When I say as it relates to murder, okay, don't get me wrong, because I know some of y'all gonna get on here and pee the bed tonight trying to say Brandon Tatum said something wrong. Murder is black men. Now, heart disease, diabetes, all this other stuff that we inflict on ourselves because of poor diets, poor health, and miseducation. Listen to fools like her. That's a higher leading cause of death in the black community. But when you talk about murder and violence perpetuated by other black people, sick of these people.
Put yourselves in our shoes for just a moment. Imagine how it feels to wake up every day and do your very best to uphold the values that this country claims to hold dear: truth, honor, decency, only to have those efforts met by scorn.
From who? You live in Martha's Vineyard. You were a president's wife. They voted for your husband twice. You were first lady for 8 years. People loved you. You know how many white people voted for you? You know how many white people voted for y'all? Hey, what this pity party? What is this? What is this pity party all about? She got fake tears in her eyes. When you did your best, when you do your best and white people vote for you, and you live in Martha's Vineyard, and you made millions and millions and millions upon millions of dollars being a politician, that sounds like some great oppression to me. Oppress me. Oppress me then. Oppress me. If what you going through is oppression, then I need a little bit of oppression in my life. If what you're going through is racism, I need some more racism in my life. Because racism means that white people support me. If that's the modern day racism, then give me some racism. If I can get enough racism in my life to run for president and win 2 terms, then I need racism. You needed racism to win, if that's considered the racism that you live in your life. You mother.
Not just by your fellow citizens, but by a sitting president.
What has Donald Trump done against black people? What has he done against black people? I've been waiting on this ever since he ran for president. What has he done? She think that black people are stupid, man. That's what bothers me about her, what she's saying.
Imagine how it feels to have suspicion cast on you from the day you were born.
So you're telling me when you're in the hospital and that white doctor pulls that baby out, that they're suspicious of you from the day you were born. But they helped deliver your baby, though. I want to know, was the doctor black or was the doctor white? Or somebody other than black that delivered your kids? If you even had them delivered, because people say that you're a man. But if you're a woman, was there a white person delivering your kids? Were they suspicious of you? Huh? Was your professors suspicious of you? Were they? Really? Was them white folks going to that ballot vote for you suspicious of you from the day you were born? Was Barack Obama's white mama suspicious of him from the day he was born? Huh? God is my witness. I bet they go to a school full of white kids. Her kids probably go to a private school full of white people. Full of white people. And she up here talking about suspicion. I swear to God is my witness. They kids better go to an all-black school. All the teachers better be black. They better live in an all-black community. Because who is suspicious of you? The realtor that sold you that house in Martha's Vineyard? Is that person black or white? Huh? The Secret Service. Is everybody on Secret Service black or white? Inform me. All the people you work with in government, were they black or white? Well, who's suspicious of you? Who's suspicious of you? Joe Biden? Who's suspicious of you? Michelle? Who?
Simply because of the hue of your skin, living with the knowledge that no matter how hard we try, how much good we do in the world, there will be far too many who will never see our humanity.
This is an indictment on you white people, man. If I was white, I ain't white and I still would support these fools. You know what kind of indictment on white people this is? That no matter what you do, they still won't see your humanity. Even they'll vote for you as the president, but they don't see your humanity. You're the leader of the free world, and they can't acknowledge your humanity. These people going to hell. I think they going to hell. I don't know.
Who will project on us their own fears of retribution for centuries of injustice and thus only see us as a threat to be restrained.
The only injustice is what that dentist has been doing to your teeth. I just want to just point that out before we get too deep into this. That's an injustice. That you got me. You make all that money, and your bottom row, it look like you on a one of them roller coaster rides. Just you too rich to have your teeth looking like that. That's an injustice. Other than that, what are you talking about?
And we know what happens next.
What happens next?
A racial slur from a passing car.
A racial slur from a passing car. If somebody drove by and said, N-word, I'd be like, damn fool crazy. I bet he won't get out and say it to me. And then I'm going to forget about it going by my day. Go back to my white community where my white neighbors love me and we have a good time, smoke cigars together and drink booze. And I'm going to go back to my white wife. Somebody rolled out the street and yelled a racial slur at you. Oh my God, I got to renounce myself as the president of the United States because some white guy said something racist to me. Now, tell me, riddle me this, Batman. Where are you less safe at? With some white man saying a racial slur as he driving by you, or somebody shooting you as they drive by you? Which one are you more afraid of, Michael? They sitting out here lying. Take yo to the hood, no Secret Service. Go to the hood, no Secret Service. See what happened to you. You can go to the white community, no Secret Service, and Nothing might not happen to you. Go through the hood with no Secret Service if you want to. Hope you got life insurance.
A job promotion that never comes, a routine traffic stop gone wrong, maybe a knee to the neck.
It's 40 million black people in this country. I have only seen one officer put a knee on somebody's neck like Chauvin. I've only seen one. If y'all got more, I've only seen one. And I seen officers do it to a white guy, and they don't care. George Floyd was the first time I ever seen an officer do that. First time I've seen it. Does it happen? It probably does. That's the first time I ever seen it. It's 40 million black people in this country, and you telling me that's a daily routine. A traffic stop gone wrong. Show me a traffic stop that went wrong. Other than when people are running from the police, shooting at the police, resisting arrest, driving over, doing all this crazy stuff and get shot, that don't count.
Racism, fear, division. These
are the rudiments of the Democratic Party.
These are powerful weapons.
Of the Democratic Party.
And they can destroy this nation if we don't deal with them head on.
Dealing with the Democratic Party.
So I want to ask every single American.
You ain't talking about the white ones, are you? Because you just said all them races. So what Americans are you talking about?
No matter what party you normally vote for, to please take a moment to pause. Click off the news.
Really? Click off the news? Okay.
Think about how you felt over these last 4 years, how quickly things have turned.
Because of a virus?
And then think about what the next 4 years could mean for our country's future. Think about what would possibly compel you to accept this level of chaos, violence, and confusion.
In Democratic-run cities. Democrat-run cities. President Trump is trying to send in the National Guard. They refuse any help or assistance. Democrat, boo-boo. Democrats.
Under this president.
Democrats.
And be willing to watch our country continue to spiral out of control.
Ain't nobody out of trouble with these Democrats.
Because we can no longer pretend that we don't know exactly who and what this president stands for.
Who? You know, half of the country voted for the president. Half of America voted for President Trump. Who is he representing? I just think that people need to listen to what she's saying. Don't let it go in one ear after the other. Who and what he represents, half of the people in America voted for President Trump. President Trump got 8% of the black vote. So 8% of black, it ain't like he got no black people. 8% of the black vote. He probably gonna get about 30 this time. Who is he? Who are you talking about?
Search your hearts and your conscience. And then vote for Joe Biden.
Vote for Joe Biden? Vote for Joe Biden. You said all this to say vote for Joe Biden. Man, that pay must be good, man. That pay must be good.
Like your lives depend on it.
Like your life. Listen, let me say this real quick. And I'm done. You getting judged because of the color of your skin. The white man bad. White man bad. How dare we have 100 years of slavery? Who does President Trump represent? How dare you mess with black and brown bodies? Go vote for those white men. That's a racist. The kid that started Charlottesville endorsed President Joe Biden. Joe Biden went to the funeral of Robert Byrd. Strom Thurmond was a racist and a mentor to Joe Biden. Joe Biden was against busing, which his running mate called him a racist on the campaign trail. Joe Biden told you, if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black. Black people all think alike. Hispanic community is more diverse. Y'all don't got nothing to say about that? You let this woman or man get on here for 8 minutes and tell you about how bad this country is and all these white people and how racist they are, and then tell you go vote for a white man? Y'all can't be this dumb. I know none of y'all are, because y'all the smartest people on planet Earth. You can't be that dumb. They gonna do all that and then go vote for the white man. If they had a black candidate, maybe this would sound more reasonable. They got an old white man that been in politics for 47 years that railed Justice Thomas, Clarence Thomas, railed him, belittled him. He referred to what Joe Biden and the Democrats was doing as a modern day lynching. It was called I think he said either modern day lynching or a high tech lynching. He said high tech. I had to think about it. High tech lynching. Joe Biden can get accused by women and all kind of stuff. They just forget about it. Guess it don't count. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. What a piece of work. Anyway, let me go through these super chats real quick because I don't think I got that many. I'm gonna go through as many super chats as I can, and we're gonna roll after this. So let me get to them real quick. Okay. Jay Bree said it's still love, Brandon. Let me address that real quick. So Jay Bree made a video. She came on here and was like, "You haven't talked about Jonathan Price yet. Why you haven't talked about Jonathan Price?" It's like, I don't even know. I really don't even know who Jonathan Price is. I don't when I go to my bank account and I pay these bills, I don't see nobody named Jonathan Price on any of these bills. So I really don't know who this person is. I heard through the grapevine he was another person that got shot by the police. These people don't pay my bills. I don't need to know about everybody. Regardless of that, she makes a video. And I got front out. I'll bring on live so she can discuss this. She makes a video claiming to know what happened in Jonathan Price's case. She claims that she know what happened. She's telling me and telling you that you need to somehow feel sorry for Jonathan Price because the cop unjustifiably shot him. No video, no body camera, none of that. All she's going off of is the fact that some witnesses said something and that they arrested the officer. Last time I checked, Rayshard Brooks officers justifiably shot him. They got arrested, charged with murder, and they were justified. Last time I checked, Michael Brown, they in the Michael Brown case saying he had hands up, don't shoot. He had hands up, don't shoot. Like, I mean, I watched I clicked through the little video. Why are you making a statement about it and you don't know all the details? And you're not just making a statement to say, well, these are the things that are claimed that have happened. This is what I know. That's it. No, you are saying this is what happened. Y'all wrong because y'all won't say nothing about it. And I'm not like the rest of you black Republicans because I'm out here actually saying something about these cases. When you ain't seen the video, that cop could have unjustifiably shot him in cold blood, or he could have not. I need to see video evidence of what happened before I start judging anybody, because I learned a long time ago with Michael Brown, Rayshard Brooks, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. Go down the list. They say whatever they want to say. That don't mean it's true. When you watch the body on camera, then if he shot the man for no reason, I'll make a video about it. But still, for you to come out and say it's racist, how do you get racism out of this? Because he happened to be a white cop and he happened to be a black guy. It's racist. You wasn't there. You don't know what the cops saw. You don't know exactly what came out over the police radio, do you? See, but because you've never been a cop, you don't know how that was dispatched to the police officer. Do you know? Do you know what who called 911? And what exactly did they say to the 911 dispatcher? Do you know that? Plenty of times I've been to calls where the 911 caller calls something in and it ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. But I don't know that because I'm not God and I'm not there yet. So I have to go off of the information that's provided to me. Do you have that information that was provided to that officer? Do you have record of the dispatch, what the dispatch told the officer? Can you verify that the gentleman, Jonathan Price, wasn't considered to be the aggressor according to the person who called 911? Do you know? Do you know what it looked like when he pulled up on the scene and he see a black guy probably beating up another guy? Or maybe not. You have no idea what the guy saw. But because people are immature in their belief systems, they jump to conclusions because they feel like it's their opportunity to partner with leftists and say, look, we see the same way you do. Look, I'm not like the rest of these black people. No, you don't operate like that. You got to take your time and figure this stuff out. Because they said on television that Michael Brown had his hands up and was executed in the middle of the street. Multiple witnesses said that. Come to find out, they lied. Come to find out they lied. Somebody said they voted for Biden. I almost had a stroke. I want peace. Who said that? I hope you trolling. I voted for Biden. I want peace. Defunding the police is peaceful. Ask Chicago why they up 100% Anyway, I don't have no time. But anyway, I'm gonna wait till the facts come out. I'm gonna look at what y'all say. I'm gonna wait till the facts come out before I start jumping to conclusions. I need to see video, man. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson a long time ago. I learned my lesson. I mean, I wasn't dumb enough to get on a video and say stuff that I didn't know, but at least in my mind, I was thinking something, and then what do you know? It's all a lie. It's all a lie. And y'all still believe in a lie. And this girl named Patrice says she voted for Biden. I ain't trying to judge nobody. If you really think that's the right candidate to vote for, then you go vote. But ain't no way in the world you're going to be able to back that up with any logic, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I don't mean to be getting on people, but I just get tired of people being like, he said Jay Bree is pro-Trump Democrat, not a conservative. I mean, I'll debate her on this. I'll debate her on it. If she want to debate me, I'll debate her on her channel about why would she make a video about Jonathan Price when you don't know what happened. I think I see her in the chat. There she go. I'm not siding with leftists, but the case was wrong. I'll bring you on live right now. Send me your email. I don't know how you can give me an email without exposing it to everybody. If you can give me your email, I'll bring you on live right now. Right now, in front of 7,000 people. The case was wrong. I mean, I don't know what happened. The cops are saying that he resisted. Then he non-violent resisting. Then he walked away. Like, what is that about? If he's pro-police and all this stuff, and an officer tries to detain you, why are you walking away? What's your email? Okay, Scott, can you give me her email? Let me see if I can get it. I'll bring you on right now. Oh, I just saw that slow-mo thing. Try to find it. Just post it real quick so Scott can see it, and then you can delete it. But I'll bring you on right now. People just, I don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why people do stuff like that. You know. Let me see. Come on, I got to bounce. Are we close to getting the email? God bless you, man. We'll be praying for you. Did we get the email yet? Somebody say, don't bounce yet. She sent it. Okay, Sky, if you got it, send it to me, and I'll bring her in. Looking, trying to find it. She said, I sent it. Okay. Scotty, you have her email? Okay, I see it right there. Okay. Oh, email her. Oh, okay. So you see that Sky said email her. So you email Sky, Sky sent it to me. You said you sent it. Sky haven't gotten it yet. But look, I'm just saying, you made a video. You told me on my live stream through Super Chat to go watch your video, so I skimmed through it. And then I looked up as many articles and information I can on Jonathan Price. And how are you supposed to know what's right and what's wrong? Let's see. All right, we're still waiting. Sky haven't gotten the email yet. You said you sent it. Oh, Taylor Mays in here. What's up, bro? Soon as Sky get the email, I'm gonna send it. I mean, she gonna send it to me. Somebody said, Brandon, let's go to sleep, man. That is funny. Have him check. Well, right there, Bree, you sent you put a message. Sky's the moderator. You can see it right here. She got her email that you need to send it to right here. Got it. Okay, we got it. Let me go and I'm gonna invite you on. Stop screen share. Invite. Email. Check this right. Okay, I think I got it. I don't think there's a space between that. I got it. Let me make sure it's right. Yep. Sent. So that email is sent to you. You should get it. Just pop up in here and we're gonna talk. Let's see. I appreciate y'all sticking around, man. This is obviously impromptu. Did you see the YouTube video that proves Michelle Obama is a transgender, undeniable evidence she is a he. I'll tell you what, man, some stuff I seen is make it real questionable. Is she really who she say she is? But you know, they want to say it's a racist attack. Nah, man, those videos of stuff pop locking and dropping, they were pretty interesting. Somebody could have photoshopped them. I don't know. But I'm waiting on Bree J to come in here and explain to me and everybody else. Here she go. All right, Bree.
What's up?
So, can you explain to my audience or to me,
okay,
why you made the video you made about Jonathan Price, and why are you so sure that this was wrong?
Because I feel like this, okay? Because I'm going to be going to Washington, D.C. with y'all, right? We're going to Washington, D.C. We're going to be doing the Back to Blue, right? And I signed up for that. And honestly, like, for me, I'm in Texas, and I really will say I felt some type of way whenever I saw the entire, when I saw it all come out. And I'm seeing a lot of BLM is coming out. Everybody on the left is coming out. They are literally having all this stuff. And it just looks like at this point, we're doing absolutely nothing about it. It looks like nobody has researched the case. And especially because, you know, you're on top of like all these other scenarios, all these other police brutalities. But this one, it's like he was pro cop. He didn't have any police record. And there are counts.
Did you see body worn camera footage?
There wasn't on the Breonna Taylor situation, there was never body camera footage, but you still did a lot of videos about it though.
Well, no, because I had firsthand knowledge of what happened. I had knowledge of what happened from people that were there. And then you can look at the forensics, and you can also look at the statements that were given. And I had a 40-page document of investigatory information, pictures, phone records, all of these things that I got that I was able to present. Breonna Taylor, her boyfriend said, Kenneth Walker said that he shot the police officer. Kenneth Walker said he heard them knocking on the door. He claims that he said, "Who is it?" He didn't hear a response. Now, from the police side, they said they knocked on the door. Okay. It was a warrant that they served. It was a justified warrant, a legal warrant. I saw the warrant. Right. I mean, in this case, I don't know if it was right or wrong because we haven't seen anything. Do we know if he was in the wrong or not?
I think at this point they have made an arrest, and I did see you went on your live and you said, okay, well, they made an arrest. But at the same time, if the police are wrong, we have to stand up and say the police were wrong.
We don't know yet. I think it's fair to say
situation whenever that came out, I didn't
necessarily. Wait, I'm sorry, I cut you off. You said what situation? I cut you off on accident. What did you say?
With like, for example, the Amber Geiger situation, right? And you came on here, you did a video about it. Me personally, I didn't agree with it, right? That was something else that happened in Texas. And I don't agree with the whole entire idea of racism doesn't exist. I don't believe in that personally because I live in racist Texas. They tell you all the cities not to go to out here that we know are for sure racist, that you will get, something will happen to you. And
have something happen to you? Have something happen to you in any of those cities?
I don't go in them. You don't want to go in there as a Black person. What is it called? It's called like, you can't go in there don't be Black after dark. They had little signs, don't be Black after dark in these cities. Viter. Go look up these cities. They are.
I grew up in Texas, mind you. I grew up in Texas, born and raised. So what cities are you talking about?
Viter, outside of Houston.
Okay, what else?
They did all these articles about it because anyways, we're not going to talk about that. But all I'm saying is he even said in the post that this was a racist city. He made all these things about all these times that nothing racist happened. And what happened was it was two white people getting into it. It was a domestic situation, two white people getting into it. And then he tried to come and protect this white lady. And they ended up killing him because they thought he was the aggressor of the entire situation. That is not initially what they had coming out. But as everything is unraveling, that is what's coming out.
So based on that, you think that the police officer was racist?
Why would he automatically assume that the black person was the aggressor in that situation?
How do you know he automatically assumed that?
Why did he kill him? Why did he tase him? Why did he do anything to him? And on top of that, he said he was non-violently resisting. How are you non-violently resisting? How do you resist non-violently? And he tased him. And then what? He was shaking too much. You had to shoot him after you already tased him. Brandon,
But
that was
did you
wrong.
see? Here's the thing.
That
I
was
want to
wrong.
agree with you. I want to agree with you, but it's still not enough information there because it says in the report that I read that he resisted nonviolently. Now, there's different terminology for it. I mean, you could say passive resistance, which is resistance that's passive. That means it's nonviolent. That means that you are not complying with what the police officer is saying. So with that being said, just say he resisted and he said he began to walk away. Now the police officer tried to detain him. He resisted and walked away. That already is going to lead to a heighten of a scenario between you and a police officer. Now, I don't know if that actually happened. I need to see the video. I'm going off of what people are saying, but I can't verify that either way. Then it says that he tased him and then subsequently shot him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what that looks like. What happened in between there? Do you know?
After you tase somebody, why do you need to shoot them, bro? Why do you
Well,
need to-
if you tase him and if you tase him and the taser don't work, which you see in many cases, I'm just giving you a hypothetical.
Okay.
If you tase a person, you're a cop, you tase a person, they turn around and grab your taser, they turn around, it doesn't work, they approach you in a threatening manner, you have a taser in your hand, you have to transition to a deadly weapon. There's plenty of reasons why it could have went from taser to gun. There's also reasons how this could have been unjustified. But we don't really know what happened because we don't have any physical evidence. We're just going off of what this person said and what this person said. We already know that's unreliable. We can't just go off of what the police said. We can't. We can't go off of what they said either.
Right.
So how do we know that this is unequivocally wrong and that this is racist? Because we hear rumors that this is supposed to be a racist area. I mean, I think that's not fair. When you go to a black neighborhood, they may say, oh, it's the hood, you're going to get killed out there. Well, people may be exaggerating. Not every person in the hood is a gangbanger.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the hood. Not everybody in the hood is gangbanger. There's some good people that live there, they just poor. And they don't have nothing to do with that stuff. They just get caught in crossfire. So just because it's projected and people say, you can't go here after dark, well, that's what somebody said. They say that President Trump is a racist. Does that mean he's a racist? No. I mean, people have their opinions. Now, if President Trump came and did some racist against you specifically, you could say, no, I know that he's a racist because he projected racism on me for a fact. But if people are just saying something and they have not backed it up with any sufficient evidence that you can prove, I wouldn't go down that path of just indicting this officer. Because as a police officer, it seems very bizarre for a police officer to act that way, right? I mean, in 2020, with all the rhetoric that's going around of black men in America, I'm sure most police officers are afraid to get into altercation with black men. They're not afraid with white people because you could kill a white man unjustified and it won't even make the news. But you kill a black man, justified or not, it's going to make the news. And the narrative that they're pushing is that this cop just pulled up and saw a black man and shot him and killed him. And just a girl said on the video the other day that they just left him to die. He just drove off. That's what the lady said. Left him in front of the store or wherever he was at, which clearly that must not have been true because he was transported to the hospital. But we don't know what the domestic violence situation was like. We don't know what that looked like. We're assuming in our mind what we see. We don't know what the officer saw. We don't know who called the police. Who called the police?
Why wasn't the white man shot though? He was the aggressive one in the situation. Why was
No. When the cop pulled up, what did the cop see?
Why was there nothing happen? Why was there nothing that happened to the white dude who was actually the aggressive one in the entire situation?
No. When the cop pulled up, what did he see?
I'm not sure what he saw, but he just sees a black man, a white man. He sees a white woman, a black man, and hold on. He sees this couple and he sees the black man, and he decides to go after the black man when in fact the white man was actually.
Wait, are you sure? What did he see though? When he pulled up, were they all together or were they apart? Were they fighting? Were they not fighting?
Have to come out,
huh?
It'll have to come out of what he exactly saw. But why would he immediately go after the black man though?
Well, you don't know what he saw. Who called the police?
I'm not sure who called the police. Somebody out there.
And what did they say to the dispatcher when they called?
Either way, he tased them, he shot him, and he assumed that the black man was in the wrong when he wasn't.
How do you know that's how it played out?
Is the white man dead?
If you're going to use a scenario, say, because the white man isn't dead, it's a racist scenario. I don't think that's fair to make that judgment. We need to figure out, okay, when he pulled up to the scene, what did he see? If everybody else left and it was just a black man there, and people had made a inference that there was a fight of 3 people. They don't know what's going. I mean, how do people know it's a domestic violence? I mean, I don't know who called. So if there's a few scenarios here. If somebody called and they said there's 2 white people fighting, a black guy got out of the car and helped them out. Clearly, that didn't get to the police. So whoever knew that information, that may not have been dispatched. The dispatch may only got information that 3 people are fighting, black man and 2 women and 2 white people. And the cop gets there, maybe the first person he sees is the black person, and he's going to detain everybody, but he goes for the first person he sees and try to detain him. Now, it's clear that the black guy did not cooperate.
How do you say that? How can you say that though? He is pro cop. Why would a guy who's pro cop not resist arrest? Why?
So you say, well, what I'm saying is that
why would a guy who is pro cop resist arrest though?
Why would a cop just shoot a man just standing there?
Does that make logical sense though? You listen, you're pro cop. Would you resist arrest? No, you don't want us to automatically think you resisted arrest. And if you were tased, there's no point in shooting you.
No. Think about this. If I'm just standing here and the cop pulls up and I'm a good Samaritan, and he pulls up and he gets out and he pulls a taser on me and told me to get on the ground, I'll put my hands up and I'll get on the ground. So how did the cop pull up to there's a taser involved? How did the taser get involved? That's my question.
We're gonna have to wait for all the details to unravel.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, Brandon, but the issue is this is what a lot of people have an issue with as far as like the extreme right, is because whenever something does happen unjustly, we don't really come and get on top of these cases, right? You get on top of the George Floyd case, you get on top of the Ahmaud Arbery case, you get on top of the Breonna Taylor case, you get right on top of that, you get details, you get everything all the way up. And then whenever something is actually like, okay, this man doesn't have a record, he made this post, and you did see he made a post pretty much praising white people. These white people raised him. He was in love with, he said he had an obsession with white women. He said he had an obsession with white women.
So here's the question.
So it's not like he is going to think that these people are going to hurt him. He has no reason. He's pro cop. There's no reason for him to resist arrest. Everything lines up where the cop was wrong. I don't know at this point.
That's not true, because you don't know the police officer's record. I mean, do you know if he's a racist? Do you know if he loves black people? Maybe he got a post to say he loved black women. I mean, we don't know. I mean, to assume.
I doubt it.
Well, the guy said he loved white people and all this other stuff. That doesn't mean that he won't resist arrest.
If he's pro cop, you think a man that's pro cop, how likely will he resist arrest if he is for the police and for this entire movement? It's likely chance for him to resist arrest.
I personally think if a person is pro cop, it's highly unlikely that they're going to resist arrest. I also believe that if a cop gets to the scene and this pro cop guy is just like, hey man, I'm a good Samaritan, that he's going to shoot him and tase him in front of everybody. Both of those are highly improbable. So what makes sense is to say we need to make sure the information come out so we can see who's right. Okay. Because the scenario could be that he pulled up and the black guy didn't do what he said and he shot him. Or there could be a scenario where he pulled up, the black guy didn't listen to none of his commands. He went to tase him. The black guy turns around and reaches for the taser and try to take the taser from him, and he shot him. That could be a scenario. So both of those things could happen. We cannot jump the conclusion. The difference between conservatives and liberals is that they see an opportunity to make something bigger than what it is, and they jump all over it with no evidence. Ahmaud Arbery was just jogging. That's what they said. I didn't make a comment on it because I said, that just don't sound right in 2020. Let me see a couple things come out. I spoke about Ahmaud Arbery when that video came out, and I can see him running from a house, running down the street, fighting with a guy with a gun. It all made sense, so I spoke about it. When you talk about any of these other cases that I talk about, George Floyd, the world saw George Floyd in a video with a knee on his neck. I mean, it's easy. Mm-hmm. Eric Garner, video. Philando Castile, video. Rayshard Brooks, video.
Right.
So it's easy to jump on these. The ones like this, I want to say something, but I'm like, I'm not finna get out there and put my neck out there and say, because the guy had some posts that were pro-black, or they were pro-white, that somehow, he's right. Because maybe did he live in that community?
Everybody in this community knew him, and it was like the former Red Sox. Listen. There was this former Red Sox player that came out. He was an athlete. He was the Black person that people should be out here protesting for. But he was also against Black Lives Matter. So Black Lives Matter is like, oh, wait, I've seen a lot of Black people on Black Lives Matter, and they're like, oh, we're gonna sit this one out. There's a lot of people on that side that are saying they're gonna sit this one out.
So think about this. Think about it for a minute. Black Lives Matter don't care about Black lives. They care about an agenda.
Right. Yeah, I know. We all know that. They're an entire political agenda, and I don't necessarily agree with all of their stuff either.
Let's talk this through.
Okay.
This man loves white women. He all in the white Kool-Aid. Hey, it's America. You love who you love. He made disparaging comments to the Black community. My wife showed me what he said on the Shade Room. They dragging the boy because he said Black folks turned him off to Black people. Like he loved white people. He lived in an all-white community. He's well known in the community. It's highly improbable that this man is a lover of white people and somehow he gets gunned down by some racists in this community that know him and love him. He's known. And I think that's highly unlikely. So none of it is making sense, because if he was pro-cop, love white people, why would he resist? In 2020, cops are not like people think cops are just every cop got the will to murder people. Like a lot of cops don't really have the in them. It's hard for cops to kill somebody. Like, so with that being said, they show up on the scene and just murder a Black man. I mean, you can even kill a Black man justifiably and you probably gonna get indicted. So I could imagine that's going around in most police officers' minds that, hey, I need to be extra cautious with these Black people, because if it get into a touchy situation, it's going to be on the news. The whole country has been burning because of situations that have happened with Black people. So it's highly unlikely that this dude just pulled up and was like, boom, 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 boom. It's on, like, whatever. I'm just killing Black people out here. So I need to see the video to see what did the police officer see and was it reasonable? Because there is another thing that a police officer can make a mistake too, meaning that he had every right to detain Jonathan Price, but he got scared and shot him, or he meant to shoot his taser, he shot his gun. So there's a level of things. There's malice, there's accidents, and then there's justified shootings. We need to figure out which one that it is and make a decision. So when I saw you make the video, I was like, why did she come out so quick? You can't let these leftists pull you into this cycle to feel like I gotta say something because I don't want them to think I'm a far right lunatic. Because just like Jussie Smollett, just like the dude that was in NASCAR, just like Michael Brown, just like Rayshard Brooks, just like all these other dudes, they come out and they say the craziest things. He was just walking. He wasn't doing nothing. The cop just killed him for no reason. The cop came out of, he flew in from Mars and just dived on the guy and beat him for death and nobody else saw it. And it's like, we all know that 99% of the way that, what's her name is still on the list? Sandra Bland.
Oh, yeah.
She killed herself. It's on video. Well, her death is not on the video, but she's in the jail cell. There's a camera that's on the jail cell the whole time. They were very nice to her. They let her out of the thing to call her family. You can see her come out of the cell into the cell. And then the next time somebody goes in there, she killed herself. Now, she was suicidal. She had mental health problems, but nobody want to talk about that. They act like they just murdered her in there. The police officers that arrested her and the jail staff are two different agencies. These agencies are not friends. The county and the municipal police are the county or the municipal police and the university police are not. They don't even communicate. It's animosity between police departments in most cases. When I was a police officer, we take them to the jail. Pima County took care of them. We're two different agencies. We have two different parameters. We have different bylaws. We train differently. Everything is different. And so people don't know that. So they think Sandra Bland was beat up by this cop and they took her in there and these guys finished it off. It was like, no, they're not going to get involved with another agency's BS. They just take care of their job and they leave.
But sometimes the cop is wrong, like Amber Geiger. We can say Amber Geiger was wrong.
Yeah, but that wasn't a police matter. She was wrong. There wasn't a police matter. And even when I made a video, I said she was wrong.
Right.
And I thought they gave her
follow-up video saying it was wrong. You came out, you did your video about Amber Geiger, and then you came out and said it was wrong. So I will just say this. I'm going to stick my neck out for this guy. At this point, listen. You can make your video later. I'm going to stick my neck out for him because I doubt they're going to find something bad on a pro cop. Listen, and it may be a bad idea. You stuck your neck out for Amber Geiger. You were wrong. So
no. Let's keep the record straight. I never said she was right, not one time. Never once, even in my first video. And then I made a video to say I was wrong. It wasn't about it. No, but it wasn't about her shooting or was she wrong. I said I was wrong about the way I judged the jury because the jury came out and gave her less time than I thought she would get. Right. And I said in my first video that she was wrong. I thought she should be charged with second-degree murder, or I forget what I said. I said a charge, which she got charged with. But I thought that they packed the jury in a disproportionate manner because the jury was full of minorities and it was full of women. And if the roles were reversed and you had a black guy on trial and it was full of white people and full of men or whatever, people would have been like, that don't make sense. But I made a video to say I was wrong, not because of anything related to Amber Geiger, but because of related to the jury, related to the conviction, and related to the fact that the judge wasn't even the one that sentenced her. See, I thought it was weird because she had a black judge and a minority jury, but the judge didn't even do the sentencing. The jury did, and they gave her less time than I thought she should get. So let's get that correct. I never covered for her. I said it was dumb. I said it don't matter what you're doing. You can't go in the wrong house and shoot somebody. And some people were saying it was intentional. From the beginning, I knew it wasn't intentional.
But you have to see, we're working with the same state, right? That was in Dallas. And then
but Dallas and Houston is two different things.
It is, but I'm just saying right now, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to stick my neck out for this guy. I'm sticking my neck out.
I'm not against you. I'm
going to say right now, and people can go back and replay it and whatever. I'm going to go back. You can make a video later. I'm sticking my neck out for this guy because I feel like conservatives need to stay on top of these type of things as they are on other things. And I'm going to stick my neck out. And if you choose not to make a video, honestly, like it's going to be a personal offense to me personally, because we're going to Washington, D.C. We're going to Washington, D.C. on Saturday. Right. So it's like, I feel like if it comes out that it's wrong, I would just at minimum like you to make a video.
I will. I've made videos about cops that were wrong. The cop that shot the dude in the back in I forget his name, Walter Scott, that got shot in the back in South Carolina. I made a video about that. Laquan McDonald, that he got shot 12 times by a police officer. Completely. Now he was running around on PCP with a knife in his hand, but that cop shouldn't have shot him because he wasn't present. He wasn't presenting himself as a threat. And that cop is the only one that shot out of all those people out there. I said he was wrong. I said he'll get charged with second-degree murder. They tried to charge him with first-degree murder, premeditation. I said no, he'll get charged with second-degree murder. I have been 100% correct on every officer that has been involved in any of these situations on that charging. I said that Michael Brown's officer was not going to get charged. Eric Gardner's officer is not going to get charged. Everybody that I've ever talked about, I've been 100% correct. And it's because one thing is because I'm a cop, former cop. I know how this stuff go, and I wait for the information to come out. Now, people can jump on the bandwagon and pick a side and say, I'm put my neck out there. I don't have to, because I win either way. All I do is wait for the information to come out, and then I win. Because I'm like, when we see the video, you and I both are going to be able to see, oh, well, he ain't do nothing. The dude shot him for no reason.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna make a video and say, the cop was wrong. He shot him for no reason. But all I'm saying is that you don't have to pick a side. You don't have to put your neck out there. These people are dumb. They put their neck out there for nothing. They don't win anything. Jonathan Price don't pay bills in my house. I don't know that guy. I don't have no connection to him. I never met him. That cop don't pay no bills at my house. I have no connection to that guy. I wasn't even a police officer in Texas, let alone his agency. I have no connection to this guy. I don't win, lose, or draw. But what happens is when I make a video after having adequate information, when everybody else was wrong, I get 1 million followers. I get hundreds of thousands of followers because people say, oh, I can trust that Brandon Tatum going to come with the facts. In the Ahmaud Arbery case, I took my time. I waited for the video. I got evidence. Some people gave me some inside information that lived in out there in Atlanta, or not Atlanta, but in Georgia. I looked up the Georgia law. I attorney laid it out pretty good. I listened to I read all the documents, and I said, I'm gonna make a video. That video had 2 million views. And so the difference in how we got to look at it is like, you don't want to lose your reputation over some dude that you don't know. Because if you just say you're right, people are going to judge you because you prejudged it. They're going to be mad at you because you prejudged it. But then you come out to be right. You got to make another video saying you were right, because everybody's going to remember how you judged it too early in the first video. But just say that you're wrong. People are going to lose respect for your opinion for nothing. I'm saying people are going to, if you come out wrong, because you don't hear, people see you, they see a video, they gonna go watch it. Okay. If you were wrong, people are going to drag you. You're going to get drugged.
Right, but that would be similar to what happened. And I don't like what like Hotep Jesus and all them, whenever that whole debate, I don't like how it went down, and I don't like how he was taking personal attacks on you. But a lot of, like, for me, it's like I watch all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch both sides. I watch to see what they said and what you said. And you guys do debate some of this stuff. And even some of the things that you have came out with, people do. Not everybody agrees with it, right? There's been attorneys that haven't agreed with it. There's been,
but they've been wrong.
You've debated on a lot of this stuff too. So I'm not a professional in all this. So it's just me I take my personal opinions. You take a professional opinion. This is a personal opinion. So I'm not going to feel any type of way, even if I'm wrong, because it's just my personal perspective. I think at this point, I felt like we should have said something, and I said something. And if you want to do a professional opinion, that's fine. That's
I want to ask you a question. Why do you feel like you have to say something?
Because at this point, it looks as if the people on the right sometimes do not address and don't get on top of a lot of the situations that I feel like are where the police was wrong. That's personally what I feel like. And
well, give me an example.
I thought a personal thing to this, because again, Washington, D.C. is coming up, Rally for the Blue is coming up. So it's like, well, I'm rallying for this. And then this case comes out like this in my own state. Right. So, yeah, I felt some type of way, and I wrote people, we're all going on this trip together. Right. And they're probably in this live too. We're all going on this trip. It's like, I don't know if I want to go and back these people up after this case just came out.
Wait.
That's why I felt the need to make this video, but I still support you. I support you, Candace, Black, all of that. But it's just like, this case, we did not, you haven't even done anything about it. Literally, you went just now and heard about it.
I know. I heard my wife showed me. My wife told me the other day, but I was like, maybe I don't want to say nothing until we know what's going on. I don't have to jump out there and put my neck out there. But see, this is the thing. You don't want to go down this path, because you just said, I don't know if I want to go out there and support these guys. What guys? Law enforcement in general, because of what one man did? That's equivalent of saying, I don't want to support Black people because some knucklehead shot a kid in a drive-by. So you don't support Black people? It's like, you can't go down that path. Don't let the left pressure you into feeling like you got to take a side on some stuff. Like, you can still back the police officer, even though that police officer could be wrong. I can still back the police officer because I know 95% of them are at least decent. And I think about 80% of them are exceptional human beings, but 95% are at least decent. And then there's a few in there that just bad. And in bad comes on different levels. Like, I know dudes that I used to work with, they never did anything illegal, but I don't think they were good cops. They agitate situations, but it's not illegal. You can't fire a cop because he got a short temper. I mean, you just can't. That's not. I mean, if they don't do anything wrong to anybody, it is what it is. I don't like cops like that. But you got cops that are on that level. You got cops that are doing illegal stuff. They stealing drugs, and I mean, that's really rare. We had about 1,000 people on the police department. I was a PIO. I saw everybody that got fired from the time I was in PIO. I saw everybody got fired. We had a guy have sex. He had, I don't know if it was consensual or not, but he essentially raped a crackhead under a bridge, and he was the dumbest criminal on planet Earth because he used the condom. He dumped it in the trash at the jail, the trash that only police officers can use, and he got caught. all of our stuff is on GPS tracker. Our computer GPS track. Your phone, your radio is GPS tracked. All they did was go back and look at GPS, and they say he did go here. What was he doing here? He did have DNA evidence on here and here.
Mhm.
I mean, that guy, there's no way of knowing he was going to be that way. He was in the ex-military. He got out of the military flying colors. He went through the academy flying colors. He was, yes, sir. He was trained by the same FTOs that I was trained by. He passed FTO flying colors. You would never expect this kid to be this way. And then he turned out he sexually assaulted that girl in a thing. He got fired. I mean, ain't nobody on the police department is like, man, you know, that white guy, we need to stand up for him. It's like, we ought to kick his, because now all of us have to deal with the one thing that guy did.
Right.
Everybody, our police department.
That's the unfortunate part. Y'all have to, with one person bad, literally they take it out on all y'all.
It shouldn't be that way. Because I don't like when people do that about black people. I'm not like the rest of these black people out here killing people. I'm a part of the good black people that's doing what they're supposed to be doing, that's getting education, treat people with respect, not putting race before country, all this other stuff. That's the black person I am. I don't want to be judged because somebody's sagging their pants in a hood rat and they think that all black people are like that. That's not fair. And therefore, I don't judge police officers like that. I take you on your merit. And also, you know, you may have a bad day. I don't know. You know, you may be having a bad day. Now, if you kill somebody having a bad day, you got to be held accountable. Mm-hmm. They teach us this in the academy. When I was on the SWAT team, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You cannot shoot the wrong person. You cannot shoot somebody that don't need to be shot. There ain't no excuses. Nobody gonna have your back. None of that. It don't work that way. You shoot the wrong person, you on your own, Jack. And if if it's a weird scenario where you thought he had a gun, that's different. But if you going through a house and somebody spooked you and you shoot them and there's no aggression, nobody's going to back you. The police union is not going to back you. They can't help you. It's a criminal matter. The police union can't help you in a criminal matter. You know, so, but all I'm saying is this, and I think that this should resonate.
All right.
You don't fall for that stuff with them liberals, man. They gonna talk about you no matter what. You a sellout, Uncle Tom, bootlicker, you backing the white man. They gonna say that no matter what you do. The best thing for you to do is to always be right. Reserve your opinions because you hate to be wrong. And then people view you as, oh, that person is, I can't look at their information because they jumped the gun and I don't know if they telling the truth. People love me because I'm 100% accurate. And some stuff, because if I don't know, I just say I don't know. I don't know if that guy was wrong. Philando Castile, in the video that I made, I said that
100% because people have challenged you, especially on the Breonna Taylor case.
Breonna Taylor, like I was right. Like the thing is, I'm right. They just don't like what I say. I wouldn't have shot Philando Castile. I don't believe I would have. I wasn't there. But I do see how the officer was justified based on a scenario. What do you know? He got acquitted. So I was right. I'm right legally. Breonna Taylor, I knew the cops weren't going to get indicted. They were serving a search warrant. The cop gets shot. They returning fire from getting fired upon. It took a half a second.
Right. They didn't shoot first either in that whole scenario. The cops didn't shoot first. They were.
And it's not the movies. You don't get shot. Boom. Oh, I'm shot. Pull your gun out. Boom, 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 boom. They diving over the thing. It don't happen like that. Breonna Taylor probably died within 2 seconds. It probably was 2 seconds gun exchange. It was.
You say you're right though. You said you were.
What?
You said you were 100% right.
Yeah, I was 100% right.
On all and everything you have out there, you said you're 100% right.
Yeah, I don't think there's any situation where I was wrong.
Even though people have challenged you on some of your stuff, though.
They can challenge that I'm not wrong. Like the Georgia law in Ahmaud Arbery's case, that's the Georgia law. I'm just telling the law. They disagree with the law, and then they debate me, and then they wrong. They can make an independent video, but when they come and debate me, they wrong. The law is the law. And just like Breonna Taylor case, what are people saying? They said she was asleep. She wasn't asleep. They said the warrant wasn't for her house or whatever. They lying. She was on the warrant. Right. I got on Tatum report, I got a 40-some page document of the investigation in 2016 all the way through where they have jailhouse phone recordings. Mm-hmm. I wasn't wrong. They heard the police banging on the door. The police, this is the thing people don't understand about policing. They go, oh, they already caught the guy they were looking for. No, they wasn't. You don't do warrants like that. You do them simultaneously. So
I
that
think
people
the knocking was the question. The knocking is the issue because they have one person that says, oh, you have one random person that said, oh, they heard knocking. Why would you knock on a no-knock warrant? That's the whole thing that some people have questions about.
right, because they don't
to even knock. So it doesn't make sense that these people knocked on a no-knock warrant.
Well, no. It does make sense because people are not police officers. So this is how it worked. And for anybody who questioned it right now, what you do when you get a warrant, you get warrants for multiple locations. You get no-knock exceptions. You don't have to use the no-knock exception, but you want to get no-knock exceptions. And the reason that they got no-knock exceptions on all of the residents that they conducted a warrant, because Jamarcus Glover is the main suspect. He's violent. Breonna Taylor was considered a suspect, but she was considered non-violent suspect. But they have to have the warrants open and ready to go at any time, just in case he shows up at any one of the residents. So they found that he showed up at the trap house. They executed the no-knock at the trap house. They decided to knock on Breonna Taylor's door because there's no need to create violence when you shouldn't, because she is considered low level. So when you do warrants, you get no-knock exceptions. You don't have to use them. When I was on the SWAT team and we got no-knock exceptions, if we were at any point compromised, we do not do a no-knock, because the point of doing a no-knock is to surprise people where they don't know what's going on, and before they wake up and figure out, we already on them. We got 6 SWAT members on them. They can't see, they can't hear. We throwing a diversionary device, flashbangs. They don't know what's going on. At any point we see that they got us on the camera, we see that somebody woke up in the house, we abandon the no-knock exception, because then it becomes a confrontational situation. People are not police officers. They've never done no-knock warrants, so they don't understand that. And so people may challenge me, but I know the scoop.
Okay.
I know exactly what happened. And Breonna Taylor was unfortunate, which I've always maintained. Right. But I mean, when your boyfriend is right here in the hallway, y'all sit next to each other in the hallway, you shoot, you back off, you duck off, and you leave Breonna in the middle of the hallway to take return fire. And what people don't know is he said that she shot at first. He told the police that she was the shooter. And then he confessed that he was actually the shooter. People don't know that, but it is what it is. Nobody can name one situation that I was wrong on.
No, there's a few people that are challenging you.
Which one? Which case?
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not going to go into all of them, but there are people that are challenging you on your arguments. There are legitimate lawyers and cops and people out there that are challenging on you on your statement. So, okay, but that's further than what we're getting from. But we will wait. We'll see. And if I'm wrong, bring it back on. I'll say you I'm wrong.
No. If you're wrong,
listen, I don't think I'm going to be wrong. I don't think I'm going to be wrong on the Jonathan Price situation.
I'm probably going to make a video talking about the fact that I'm not going to make an opinion on it until I get more information. I may make that video, but when it comes out, I'm going to make a video about whatever happens. Now, if you're wrong, will you make a video saying I was wrong? That you were wrong.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
I don't think a man that's pro-cop, that in love white people, that's loved in his community, I do not think that he would resist arrest from a cop that he is fighting for. I don't think that. So if you find somewhere that this man has resisted arrest, please show me.
Well, in the report, it does say that he resisted non-violently. Then it said he proceeded to walk away, and then the officer tased him. I mean, if you love police, why are you walking away and being non-compliant?
Does that sound accurate though, Brandon? Does that sound accurate?
I mean,
does that sound like that? Does that sound like a logical thing that would happen? A man that okay.
I mean, I've seen it happen to me before.
Let's see if there's video that comes out of him walking away from the cops and them tasing.
So you think the cops just pulled up and shot him?
I don't think they pulled up and shot him, but I do think that he was under control with, at minimum, tasing. If you think he's wrong and you don't know if he's the aggressor or not,
you think the taser worked?
So I think there's two things. There's two things I believe in. One, they were wrong for automatically assuming it was the black man who was the perpetrator.
You don't know if they assume that.
Whoever did the call, if the police came. One, I think they were wrong for automatically assuming it was the black man that was the perpetrator. Two, I'm just gonna say this. If this man is pro-cop, I think that it's very unlikely that he resisted arrest. I think they're putting that he resisted arrest because they thought that he was probably one of these thugs. And then it came out, no, he ain't one of these thugs. He's one of y'all. So here's the deal. I think these two statements are going to be true. And look, if I'm wrong, I'll come back later. But those are the two statements.
So you think that the cop pulled up and said, "I'm gonna kill this Negro,"
That's
and he
not what I said.
tased him and shot him?
Brandon, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said
No, don't say the curse word.
they assumed that he was the aggressor. They assumed that the black man was the aggressor in that situation.
Okay, so you're saying that the way you envision it is that nobody's fighting anymore. 3 people are just standing there, and they picked the black man. Nobody's talking, nobody's saying anything. He pull up, he see 3 people sitting there standing. He don't see nobody fighting or nothing. He just go for the black man. He said, I'm just gonna go for the black man because he had to be an aggressor. And then when he went up to the black man didn't do nothing. He was just standing there. He didn't say nothing. He didn't resist.
Oh, I painted. You're putting words in my mouth. I didn't paint that scenario.
This is the only scenario that can be. I mean, the guy either resisted or he didn't.
Assumed the black man was the aggressor. And okay, if people don't know what we're talking about, so Jonathan Price scenario, which came out of Wolf, Texas. Okay, I believe that he assumed the black man was the aggressor, right? And I think that. I mean, I'm sorry. Here's the deal. Because if you have 2 white people and there's a black person, why would he automatically not go after the white man?
Well, it could be a myriad of different reasons. He could be a racist, or the report could have came in that the black guy.
What's the reason?
What I'm saying, the report could have came in that the black guy was See, this is a scenario that nobody knows why these people are fighting. So we got a whole slew of things. How did the white couple end up fighting, and where were they fighting? And did the fight get out of a car and into the street? Who called the police, and at what time did that person call the police? Did they call when they saw the white people fighting and they saw the black man get out as the Good Samaritan? Or did they call when they saw the black man subduing the white man who was beating up his girlfriend, and all they see is the black man on top of the white man? Did they call then? And what? Huh?
Okay, so let's say that. So let's say even that scenario. Do you think the black man was wrong? If he was trying to protect—
No, I don't think he's wrong. But if you're driving by and you see a woman and you see a black man beating up a guy that looked like he with the woman, you may think, oh, the black guy's beating this guy up.
So it's okay to kill him.
Who to kill him?
So it's okay for police to kill him.
No, what I'm saying is that the police may have gotten information that he was the aggressor.
Exactly. That's all I said. The police may have gotten information that he was the aggressor because why?
Maybe because they saw him winning the fight when the person called. That could be a scenario. He's winning the fight. They like 2 guys fighting. There's a black guy on top of a white guy beating his butt. And the police officer don't know what's going on. They just see the black guys beating the white guy down. Most of the time when you beat somebody down, you probably are the aggressor in this situation. But it doesn't matter who's the aggressor. You still need to detain these people until you figure out what's going on. So It doesn't matter who's the aggressor.
Okay.
When you're a cop and you get to the scene, you got to detain everybody.
Exactly.
Unless you got clear information that the husband and wife were fighting each other and the black guy was the Good Samaritan. Then it's like, okay, I already know that the black guy's a Good Samaritan. I'm going for the person who the witnesses are saying is the aggressor. I got to detain him first, and then I can worry about everybody else. Unless somebody starts running, but I can worry about everybody else. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm just saying, let's think the best of everybody in this scenario. How is it fair to imagine that a white man is okay with a white man beating up a white woman, but he more upset that the black man helped the white woman than he is about the white man who beating up the white woman? Like, that's like saying you get to a call and you're like, I don't care you beating that white woman. I'm going for the black man. So it's clear that this doesn't seem to be relayed to the police officer that he was the Good Samaritan in this situation.
The police officer was the Good Samaritan in this situation?
No, I said it wasn't conveyed to the police officer that Jonathan was a Good Samaritan in this situation.
The black aggressor. The black dude was the aggressor. That's okay. All right. I gotta go, Brandon, but we'll see. I'm gonna tell you it's gonna come out, and we'll see.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is the cop was wrong, And I believe that he automatically targeted that black man simply because he sees two white people into it or whatever. So that's going to be my prediction. Maybe I'm wrong. Here, you're the officer, you're the professional. You're the professional, but that's going to be my view of it. But we'll wait. We'll wait.
I'll tell you what I think happened, and I don't know. And I'm not saying it's that. This is just based on my training experience and stuff that has happened. This is what I think could have happened. And so I think that the husband and wife was getting into a domestic violence. The black guy, who's probably a great guy, was trying to be a good Samaritan, which I really don't advise people to do, because I've had good Samaritans get killed for no reason. Now he gets out, he pulls the man out for the woman, or he diffused the situation. When I looked at the pictures of him, he looked like a big athletic dude. I'm pretty sure he could probably diffuse the situation. That's probably why he got out the car to intervene, because he knew he could take care of business. I feel like that he got out of the car and was having a confrontation with the male. Somebody saw the bigger confrontation, called and said, there's people fighting on the side of the road. There's a black man on top of or getting the best of a white man. And there's a woman screaming. And so the cop is like, okay, this is potentially a domestic violence situation. He gets to the scene. The first person he comes in contact with is Jonathan. He tells Jonathan, put your hands behind your back or whatever. He's trying to detain Jonathan. And Jonathan says, no, I'm not. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm not going to jail. Don't touch me. I'm just saying. And then so Jonathan began to walk away. He tries to tase Jonathan. Jonathan turns around, either takes the taser off, brushes the taser off, and the guy shoots him. That's what I think could have happened.
Predictions, okay. I doubt that.
I don't know what I'm just saying. That's just if I had to take a wild guess, I think that happened, and that they were able to determine that just wiping off tasers and turning around does not justify a use of deadly force. That's why they arrested the officer. But I don't think it was, he just saw a black man and said, I don't care about you beating up the white woman. I want the black man. And he just shoots him. He tries to tase him and shoots him. And while the black man is doing this, the witness that I saw said the black man had his hands up like this and said, hey, I didn't do nothing. And he tased and shot him. That's what the witness said.
I don't necessarily believe that witness either, but I doubt that he resisted that arrest, like they're saying.
Well, what do you think happened? How did he end up shooting him? Like, how did he shoot him in the back? They said he shot him in the front.
Resisted arrest. They said a non-violently resisting. So we gonna see, but I don't think he resisted arrest.
See, non-violent
I don't think a pro-cop man would resist arrest, because you're pro-cop. I don't think you would resist arrest.
Well, but I'm not just pro-cop. I was a cop, so I know what they thinking. I know how it feels to show up on the scene and stuff is hot, and you don't know what nobody doing. You don't want to die. People need to comply. Like if a cop pulled up on me and they put a gun on me, I'm like, they could think that somebody may have said I had a gun. I don't know what they heard on the radio, but I know for a fact I'm putting my hands up. And if they want to take me hands behind the back, I'm going behind the back. I will wait until they calm down to try to start explaining myself, because I don't know what they heard on the radio. I don't know what this officer's life experience has been. I don't know if he's on edge. I don't know if he's having a bad day. I'm just going to comply all the way. There is not going to be passive resistance for me. There's not going to be I'm walking away from a cop. I'm just going to take it. If you tase me or something when I'm just doing this, thank you. Because if I don't die, I'm going to be rich, because I'm finna sue everybody. But I'm definitely not going to resist. I'm not going to walk away from cops and do none of that. And so, passive aggression is a real thing. Passive aggressive means that, just say somebody is telling you to get on the ground and you're like, I'm not getting on the ground. I'm not getting on the ground. That means you're passively being aggressive, because you're supposed to get on the ground like he said, but you're not doing that. And you're not doing anything. You're not just standing there. You're aggressively egressing from the situation. So you are now having an action with words that you're saying, but you're not being overtly aggressive towards the police officer. You're kind of passively defying what the police officer is saying. And so their terminology seems to be resisting non-violent or resisting non-threatening, which is the same as probably passive resisting. I mean, you're not actively resisting. So you can't shoot a person. You can't even tase a person who's not actively resisting. Okay. So the deployment of the taser could have been wrong, but we'll see.
We'll see.
If you wrong,
you gonna be there on Washington D.C. on Saturday, right?
I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right.
And I'll see you there. And I'm gonna give you a big old hug.
That's what's up.
And if you wrong, I'm gonna clown you. All right.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. See you later. Peace. All right. I need to get off here. I'm supposed to go. I gotta go on Fox and Friends in the morning at 1 a.m. Some of y'all already sleep. My wife told me we want to go watch The Vow. I wanted to smoke a little bit of my Sweet Jane cigar, just 3 puffs, because I love the Sweet Jane cigar. I wish I was a sponsor for them. But moral of the story, y'all, is that don't feel pressured into making a decision because of what the leftists say, because they're going to try to bash you, but you just need to make sure you got the facts. So when they up there Jussie Smolletting, you skating off into the night being like, I was right. I told y'all. I just, that's just my opinion on it. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. I know I've been talking a lot. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank you for joining the Tatum Squad. I'll see you on some more videos tomorrow. I'm got to bang them out tomorrow. I got a lot to talk about. See y'all.